I don't know if this will matter or not, but I'm gonna go over here. Oh wow, I don't even care. Here's a playlist. I don't even know why I'm showing it. I don't even know if it makes a difference or not, but it's called Channel Updates. I may be renaming that because it's not just about updates. Or I might. So far, it's not anyway because of what I got in it. Anyway, hey guys, my name is Brian Barnett Gatsby here. Welcome back, folks, one and all, to another episode. I might be saying final. You might hear that because I don't know. I don't intend to make this last forever because this is like a limited mini series that I just wanted to casually kind of do and about nostalgia and talking about the past and whatever. Well, I remember when the old days you click on something and it matter. Now, whatever. And I remember when you could actually order something and not cost you so dang much, you know, to be delivered. I mean, yeah, it was not exactly the cheapest, but it wasn't this expensive, you know? And, no, I don't like it. I don't like it. Look, I'm okay with change. I have to be honest with you. I'm okay with things changing, but I'm not okay with changing in such a way that it affects us or me or whoever. It doesn't really matter. I mean, it does matter in the sense of who it's happening to. Anyway, drastically, and when I say drastically, I mean in a way that, how do I put this? It's bad. Oh, it's terribly bad. Look at this. I got 17 videos. This. And that's just a title for ha ha ha. It's got something else going on. But anyway, so I mean, you talking about all the past things in life, you know, and food changing to the point that, yeah, you think you're getting so much up in a bag, the bigger it is. No, they actually don't fill it up like they used to. I come up from a time with a lot of things. And believe me, one of them was not just the fact of 50 cents for milk. And yeah, it was still kind of going on, but it was kind of more of a dying craze. I mean, it wasn't during the time when it first came out while it was still going on, but it was kind of dying out, like a lot of things were getting phased out. But I remember back in my time, you know, you can get a bag full of chips, and they were actually full. Now you'd be lucky if you might get half a bag of chips, or almost a half bag, and it's still costing you more. It doesn't matter what the price is, it's or less, and it still be like, yeah, you're not getting the full amount to be charged that much. It's so ridiculous, but you know. And I will always believe in the fact that prices alone, by themselves are fine. It's when you add them up together, the total price, including the taxes. They're the baddest things that can hit anybody. I mean, yeah, fine if you're only buying one item, but even then, it has to be something that's worthwhile. It's almost not worthwhile getting a bag of chips because of how much they actually put in it. The average person, no matter how much they cut back on it, can still make a full bag, actually last a lot longer than they would, say, a bag, a half bag. You want to talk about gas prices? Well, yeah, they're pretty particularly ridiculous. You know, but all that is adding insult to injury. You know, you know, the prices alone, say it's $5.99 per gas. You know, now wait a minute, hold up. You might think, oh, that's ridiculous. Yeah, it is. But here's the thing: are you just going to go fill up a gas can, a gas tank? Well, no. Chances are you're not. You're trying to go to the store for whatever reason, or because you have to go to pick up something for your kids or whatever. Okay, but let's say, for argument's sake, going back to, because like when I was talking about how prices alone are nothing when you add it up together, because everything adds up. Okay, but okay, let's just take the equation out of the whole equation that you're just going to go to the store, somewhere else, or actually not even all at all. Period. You just go in there to fill up your car. Okay, that ain't nothing. I mean, that is fine alone, but we're not talking about paying $200 just to, or $100 just to fill a gas tank. If it's not even, it doesn't even take that much to usually fill it up. I mean, or just in total, because it used to come to almost $100 anyway, depending on the gas tank, and that'll last you a little while. It could, but when you consider prices that actually are the amount of $100 for a gallon, and try and fill up a gas tank, nah, it ain't gonna work. I mean, it's getting to be so ridiculous that nobody wants to go out and use their vehicles anymore. And you think it's really easy to switch over. It's not even, you switch over to electric cars or anything, or even a hybrid. It's not even easy to get a gas-powered car. Do you realize that it costs too much money? Even if you could get I think it costs around $2,000, if not more. And ain't nobody got that. Actually, no. I'm sorry, I take that back. It's actually a little bit more than that. Who's got that on a really poor budget? I'm talking about so poor that they get under $1,000, or even around $1,000. You're not going to be able to get a car. And what also makes it more expensive is the car insurance. It doesn't matter how much you're actually paying on that insurance. It's because it costs you just as much trying to keep it going. I mean, yeah, it wouldn't make no difference if you were only paying $50 a month or $100, but see, that's the thing. A lot of the cheapest ones you're gonna find in most states, depending on your budget, is gonna cost you about $300. But do you have all that? Can you afford the rent? Or even if you don't have rent, it's still rent anyway. When you consider what you got to bring in for groceries, that's still rent for the household. You still got to think about, regardless of whether you have to pay for cell phone service, you have to think about, and don't get me wrong, this does not apply to people who already know. I mean, it does apply since they do know, but in other words, how do I explain this? You don't need me to tell you that. But this is the people who don't think about this stuff, oh, well, it ain't nothing. Oh my God, I don't really care. It's not going to affect me any. Yeah, well, unless you're a rich person and it don't make a difference, then yeah, it's not going to affect you really. That's the only way it'll ever make a difference. And it's truth. It's the truth that, it may not apply to you, that you don't need for me to tell you that when you already know, but it does apply to people who don't know and don't get it because they don't think about it, and it's like they don't even care. Or if they do, what how do I put this? You're not going to want to listen to me. No more than you would, because you already know. You don't need me to tell you that. And they don't even probably need you to tell them that. They don't care. They think they can just slide by in life. It'll be okay. All them hippie drugs and all that stuff is really going to get them by. So who's paying for the gas to get there? It ain't me. It ain't you. What are they going to do? Walk 10 billion miles just to find the drugs when these hippie drugs that they're supposedly supposed to be taking just to mellow out in life? Yeah, must be nice. And I'm not going to sit here, like I said, I can condone that kind of stuff, but still, it's like, are you kidding me? So, it don't make a lick of difference, because that used to be a thing, what they called it back in the day, anyway. Didn't really matter if you left that word out of it, because they're not really licking the difference. Anyway, the point that I'm trying to make is, it don't matter what's going on as long as you have your drugs. You are seriously going to tell me that you're going to walk all the way down, say it's about 100 billion yards, or actually it's actually longer than that, but I'm not too good with the math here, but I'm actually good at math, but it depends on what it is. Like, how would I put this? Like the distance of how long, say I'm over here at point A, and you're trying to get all the way to point B, which is way further than you think it is. But because they have to have their drugs, because it's more important than what it takes just to get down there. Because in the meantime, they might wind up in the hospital, but they don't care. They're going to get their drugs anyway. And I'm not saying this to make a comedy show or anything like that, but this is real serious talk. Because I remember back in the day that, still, it was the same thing. They just didn't care. I could talk to them and be like talking to a wall or a lamppost, and nobody would want to hear me, even when I wasn't online. Nobody cared then either. So, yeah, the difference is I'm actually doing this for no apparent reason, apparently. I'm just putting my 2 cents in it. And I don't care if it doesn't matter to you. It matters to me because I said it. Well, yeah. Anyway. I'm up for recording. Good. I mean, I remember, back in the day, you didn't have to tip typers, but you did it anyway. And I'll tell you something else. It's crazy about tipping people. When you get to a point that prices are absolutely everything, then it becomes the question of, why would you want to tip when everything's bleeding everybody dry? Everybody, those that are so poor that even if they could somehow scrape up a little bit of... Well, that was weird. Anyway, scrape up a little bit of money just to afford delivery. Yeah. It's not the common man's fault. I'll tell you. It makes it hard for people to, absolutely sit there and tip these people. And yeah, they do deserve a tip. I do believe that they do. When you have to pay so much money, yeah. No. hell is that? Oh, brother, hang on. Man. You know, I remember a lot of things, but I can tell you this: that when it comes to videos and whatnot, it's not that they're gonna get 100 views just because. I mean, unless it just piques people's interest, and that's the thing. You never know what's gonna, get people's interest until you try. And all I'm doing this channel for is to get a fresh start. I would appreciate the views, you know. And speaking of nostalgia, well, anyway, I'll set up for another video. All right, I'll see you later.